Recording in progress.
We just get the money.
Okay,
Good thing.
good morning. We are here on June 21st, first day of summer. Everyone, I'm sure, feels nice and warm for the COA meeting. Marie, would you like to read the mission statement? Do you have?
it with me.
Okay, wait a minute. Mission statement. I can get it here for you. I thought, yeah, we usually put it right on the top of the things.
We usually have it. but
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Okay, hold on.
We should be able to recite it from memory at this point.
I know.
You always have a copy of the newsletter with me, but I don't have it today.
I know we don't. Just a second, I'm looking
Oh,
for
I
it.
see it.
Did you find it? Somebody find it here? Here we go.
Ready? This one? Yeah. All right. The mission of the Council on Aging is to advocate for Groveland's older adults, to identify their needs, to develop and implement services to meet their health, economic, social, and cultural needs, to encourage maximum independence, and to improve their quality of life.
Do I have a motion to open the meeting?
Yes. I make a motion, we open the meeting.
Second?
Second.
Barbara.
And what time?
At 9:35, it says here on my computer. Okay, so looking at the,
Can we introduce ourselves to the home
oh,
audience?
yes, if you'd like to do that.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm Larry McKelney, member of the board and vice chair.
Barbara Sanborn, member of the board.
Marie Wall, a member of the board and treasurer.
Laurel Pahalski, Chair of the Board.
Linda Brown, member of the board.
Irene Thomas, board member and secretary.
Very good. Okay, first on our agenda, we have the approval of the meetings for May 17th, June 1st, and June 8th. Well, first of all, does anyone have any corrections before we take a vote?
Linda sent me one correction, which I made.
Okay, which is, so that we have it on our,
Oh,
you
no,
made-
it's been
It's been
made.
made, okay, great, thank you. So I think if there are no other corrections, can I have a vote to accept all three meetings minutes? We'll do it that way.
Can I bring up a point of order?
Yes.
I cannot approve the March 17th minutes because I was not here. So we'd
May
have to-
17th.
We'd have to
Oh,
approve them
And so, and
individually.
Marie too, that's right, Marie
That's right,
wasn't here
so
on
do
that.
them separately.
Okay, so we'll do May 17th then. Do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes of May 17th?
I make a motion to accept the minutes of May 17th.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Or you have to abstain, and
Oh,
Marie
that's
and Larry
right.
abstain because they were not there.
Okay.
Okay. The other two, I believe everybody was here for June 1st and June 8th. Yes.
Well, it'll say,
Hmm?
it will say on the minutes.
I know, I'm looking. Yes. Oh, and Deb Stevenson, who's not here, so, she's not here today, so she was absent. So we can make a vote on the other two. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes of June 1st and June 8th?
So moved.
Second? Linda? All in favor? Aye. Okay, minutes approved. Treasurer's report.
Okay.
You have it in your packet? We'll
Yes,
get you
everyone has
one.
it in their packet, and they can look it over. And I just got it this morning, so if you have any questions, we could go over it later on.
Okay. So what Nisha said to me is page 1 of 1, the top one, is the actual individual line items as of today, and what we have left in the individual line items. So if that makes sense to you, if you look across at the end of the year, what do we have left? So like, for instance, the vehicle maintenance expense has 70, no, wait a minute, has Yeah, 76, no, that can't be. Payment due, receipt. Oh. Now I'm confused. Totals, 340. Can't be that we spent that much. All right, does anyone else understand? Am I reading this incorrectly?
What's your?
The first page, well, this says how much we have left in each one of these line items. So like director's salary, where do, oh, so is it, no? It should be like 15, allocated 50. How much do we have left in it?
It says at the end, the ending.
2962, 660?
I have 2339.78 right here.
20. Okay, does that make sense?
That's the payment to date.
Yeah. Right here.
That's how much we've paid?
That's, it's,
Yeah.
Okay, now I feel foolish because I'm not reading this
well, see,
correctly.
that's why I kind of
Yeah,
glossed over it. According to what,
this should be the balance of what we have
Yes.
left, when it
Yes.
says ending, correct?
yes, uh-huh.
But at the end of the fiscal year, I believe
right.
that when there's excess money in a line item or in a general, that they transfer the excess to the general fund.
Yes.
So that could be what, that
But
15,000?
why do we have $1,008 left in our vehicle maintenance expense?
Because they transferred money in.
Transfer the money, but that was also, we've used, maybe because the gas
I was going to
and all
say,
that hasn't come in yet.
right, there's probably bills that haven't been paid for gas.
Okay, because I was like, that was going to be almost cleaned out. That's why we had more money transferred. Okay, that makes sense then. All right. Yeah. Does that make sense? And then if you look on page, I guess it says 1 of 10, the ledger detail, the first page is the revolving account, how much we have left in the revolving account. And then the formula grant is on page 5, I believe. Yeah, starting on page 5. Look at that. You wanna look up. So this is as of right now, we still have bills to pay. I don't believe the phone bill has been paid. I don't believe the gas cards have been paid. Salaries have not been paid, so if that makes sense to you, right? Any questions or?
Can you clarify for me what happens if money is left over in an account at the end of the fiscal year?
If it's town money, not revolving fund or not the formula grant, but that first page,
Okay.
it goes to the general fund, it goes back to the town. So that's,
Not for the grant or the revolving.
right, that's
Fabulous.
that's
Okay, thank you.
state money.
Understood.
Yeah. So we have quite a chunk going back because of the director's salary, where we have not had a director the full year. We have used some of that money, switched it over so that the grant was not necessarily paying Nisha, and we were saving more money in the formula grant money, if that makes sense? Yeah. Okay, any other questions?
Thank you.
I don't think we need to vote on the treasurer's report to accept it because,
So, clarifying question.
Yeah.
So if there's money left in the revolving account, it just gets transferred over to
Yes.
next year's revolving account?
right, the revolving
Okay,
account.
same.
Revolving account, you could
Okay.
basically say donations, I
Right.
mean, it's, yeah.
I just wondered
And the
where
same
it-
with the formula grant, that's
Okay.
it, carried
Just
over.
wondered if it just carried over in the same account,
Right.
line item.
Okay, so next, we have this Assistant Director's Report, hot off the presses, just got this morning, so I haven't, just got the email before I left, so haven't really had a chance to read it. So we have the Treasurer's Report. We welcome Darcy Lepore as the new Vice President of the Friends of the COA, where she's been through a rebranding of the Friends of the Library. She's a great resource, happy to have her on our team. The Friends now have a Facebook page that Darcy set up. They're moving to email and utilizing online tools. One of our longtime Groveland residents has passed away and has left a large trust to the Friends of the COA. So trust will take a few months to go to the Friends. It's substantial. And that would go to the Friends for spending. It's a lot. I'm not quite sure. I heard different rumors. But Joanna Donnelly has decided not to step down as president until the trust is situated. So once that happens, she will step down. The van heating and cooling issue, do you want to talk about that rather than reading?
Can we just
As
say-
far as we, oh, go ahead.
Can we just say thank you to Frances Sullivan and the family,
Okay.
For
I
this
was
generous
trying not to-
donation?
Yeah, I didn't
Oh.
know if we
to
could,
the Friends?
well, yes, we
Sorry.
could. Yeah, I didn't know if we could let her name out.
Oh,
Oh, well,
Chris, can you
thank you.
cross out the name?
No.
I could edit that if you need.
Yeah, I don't,
Edit that
I,
out, I'm so sorry.
You need that edited?
yeah, just in case, I don't know if we're supposed to say the name.
I don't know.
That's why I
either.
said longtime resident.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Larry, van heating,
Sure.
They
Huh.
already did go out on live TV, so.
oh,
We retrieved the van on Tuesday. We are keeping our fingers crossed that this is the final trip out of, I think, 8 trips to various places. We think we have had it repaired, but we have some hot weather coming up the next few days. We'll be able to give it a try.
and we didn't have to pay anything for it, it's all under warranty?
As far as I know, it's still covered under warranty. There is no bill to the town that I have seen.
And I want to thank you and Maureen for making those many trips.
And Frank.
And, Frank too?
Frank too, yes.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Thank you so much, because how many times did you have to go down to Braintree?
We went 4 times to Braintree, 4 times to Lawrence.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
Yes, I appreciate that.
well, it just happens,
Let's
you know?
hope it's fixed now. Okay, we know about the key cards. If you haven't gotten your key card yet, please come down to the office and get one, and it's considered your My Senior Center membership. The COA town website has been updated, as well as the Friends of the COA page. Okay, we're going to submit the newsletter on Thursday, tomorrow, and be printed on Friday, and it will be mailed the same day. And thank you, Irene.
Emailed the same day.
Emailed, okay, we're not mailing it? All right,
No.
thank you, it
We
says
do not
mailed
have the
here.
funds for mailing it.
Right, and we will not, yeah, okay. Thank you, Irene, I know you worked hard on this again, and formatting it and making it smaller as well.
It will be the same size, I think.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. I need to talk with Nisha. We're working on it after this meeting
Okay.
to finish it.
the Mass DOT grant, Barbara, thank you for working on that with Nisha. Will be submitted today. We hope. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Just that, yeah, we worked on it quite a bit. We had great cooperation and assistance from Rachel at the DOT and also from Rebecca, our town administrator. She wrote a very good, well, she approved the grant, first of all, and then she wrote a wonderful letter of recommendation to go along with the grant. And yes, we hope to hit the send button today. We're going to look at it one more time and hit the send button, and then after we do that, We do have 7 weeks to work with the DOT to work out anything that was omitted or any questions that they might have, so.
And could you tell everyone how much and what the grant is for? Like what, because before it was for salaries.
Right.
This time, it is not for salaries, we're not using grant
Yes.
money.
Right, no salaries, no fringe benefits. It's going to be used for basically van expenses, anything to do with transportation. Trying to think if there was anything else that we put in there.
Telephone.
Oh, yes, to pay the cell phone bills for the van drivers. I'm drawing- NEAT, yeah, to pay our $200 annual fee to NEAT. Gasoline expenses, I'm trying to think of the list that we made as we
Things
went
like
down.
van checkups, like,
Yeah, and apparently the van warranty will expire sometime next year, in March perhaps of 2024. So we put some money in there in case there was any unexpected repairs to the van that we needed to pay for, things like that. And I believe we asked for 5,000 with a 5,000 matching amount from the formula grant.
Right.
So a total of 10.
yes. Okay, any questions about that? And I thank you for I know you've been down here a long time, a lot. I appreciate it.
Grant application.
Second quarter reports are now due around the beginning of June.
Once
For
the-
MassDOT,
Yeah,
okay.
once the send button has been pushed on the FY24 application, then we will do that second quarter report, and we have time.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Maureen Lealock, I see she's going to be, her last day with us. She's the interim coordinator and sub-driver, and wonderful human, is leaving on Tuesday, August 22nd. She'll be working, because she's working 4 days a week at her other jobs. She has been wonderful at stepping up and helping us during this time of transition. She will be working where we now will be having an outreach coordinator starting July 10th. Maureen will assist her on her first day, showing her around, like with my senior center, and fill her in on all the different things that happen in the office. And then she will be the continuous substitute van driver through the summer. We'll cover Frank's vacations, and we'll continue to work on Mondays and Tuesdays until August 22nd. We still have, so we will need a Monday and Tuesday van driver. It's Monday and Tuesdays, 8:30 to 3. If anyone out there is looking for a part-time job, it's perfect, a way to meet people in town, and, yeah. And then we will also have the substitute van driver position opening in August, after Maureen leaves. So we are in need of that. Nisha says she has put together a welcome folder on the computer for our new director, Alyssa Lee, and for the new outreach coordinator, Janet Del Mare. So that's all set, and we have the emails and phone numbers. They both need training with my senior center, assisted rides, and our neighbors table. Upcoming program, tomorrow is the ice cream social at 1 PM. Second day of summer. It's going to be nice and cold out there for ice cream. We may be having it inside, and I think they're determining whether it's going to be under the tent or inside. So if you've bought your tickets, just come to the town hall and we'll see where it's going to be. If you have not bought tickets, it's $4 to come for an ice cream social with music. On Tuesday, July 18th, the Mass DOT Senior Charlie Card Program will be here, sponsored by Senator Bruce Tarr. And there's no time on this, but it will be in your newsletter.
Oh, I should have,
On Thursday, we had to change our Older Americans Day, so it's rescheduled for Thursday, August 17th. We have Ruth Harkovitz, Songs and Stories from the Sound of Music, sponsored by the Mass Cultural Council. There's lunch and raffles that will be going on, partially sponsored by the Friends of the COA. If you have not bought tickets, the tickets are $8. Something new, we're going to have games under the tent, a ping pong table and the equipment for ping pong, and cornhole games have been purchased by the Friends. And once they come, they will be available for the seniors, any senior, to come and use under the tent. We still have movies, exercise classes, trips, game day, traveling chef. And that was Nisha's assistant director report, and she told me she's glad she won't have to do this anymore because we're having a new director that will be doing a director's report from now on. Any questions? Okay.
I would just like to emphasize, I had a conversation with Nisha as we worked on the newsletter about this July 18th Mass DOT Senior Charlie Card Program. This seems like a great opportunity if you use or want to use public transportation because it's pay one time and it's a reduced rate for a card that will last the rest of your life.
Wow.
Yeah, I have
Sort of
one.
like
It's
the
great.
national park system for seniors, you get a card and it's good for life. This is a similar program, so it can save people who really want to use public transportation a great deal of money. It's a good deal.
It really is. I have one, and when we sometimes take our grandchildren for little train rides, and we pay as much as a child does. So it's a no-brainer. It's a day out, we sit in the train, they look at all the things, and I want to say, I think it's half price.
It might even be less than that.
It might
I
even be
can't-
less than that. I haven't done it in a few
It
years.
seems like this is a new program
Oh, a
and
different one then.
opportunity. So please get a hold of a newsletter and read more information about it that we have from Senator Tarr's office.
Yep.
When I read it, I was very impressed with the offer
So
and
it might be a new
opportunity.
one. Okay, I'll have to come. Okay, old business, updates of the positions. The COA director, as I said before, is Alyssa Lee. She will be starting on Wednesday, July 5th. And our new outreach coordinator, Janet Del Mare, will be starting on Tuesday, July 10th. And Janet will be working Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Alyssa will be here every day. We hope that you come down and meet them, well, maybe not on their first day, but, I think both of them are going, no, I think Alyssa is coming to the ice cream social tomorrow. Janet cannot come. She wants to, but she was unable to. Yeah. Friends of the Groveland COA. Nisha kind of addressed it. Joanna Donnelly will remain as the chair. Darcy Lepore, who is the director of the library, will be the vice chair, and has already started with some ideas. Their next meeting is July 13th at, hold on, I'm sorry, at 3 o'clock, thank you, at 3 o'clock here. So if anyone is interested in helping the Friends of the COA, come down to that meeting. They're looking for members and people who are willing to help out. Excuse me. Frog. We've had the van status, let's see. A lot of these things, have been discussed in our old business. However, I sent you last night, let me see if I can find,
You want this?
oh, Yes, you have it. Thank you. Printed it out. Oh, excuse me, getting a frog here. Okay, where was I? So we have an update from Maureen Lealock with the pantry. The data that we have done over the past month. In May, our weight of orders in pounds has been 1,611 pounds, about 11.4 pounds. So it's up, we started in December from 125 pounds, and by May, we're giving out 1,611 pounds. That's amazing in 6 months, that much has gone out. I mean, this is just for the month. So each month it's increasing. It's the highest we've had. We've had 76 orders serving 33 individuals, 10 of who were new people who have found out about the pantry, compared to December, when we only had 7 orders. So we have increased 10 times. We had 76 orders, 48 of them were deliveries, and 28 were walk-ins or pickups. 10 individuals have 3 or more visits a month, and 23 individuals have 1 or 2 visits a month. So I think the food pantry is really expanding and doing a great job, and we're hoping now that, we have someone there full-time, and people hear about it more, that we'll get more donations, and we'll have someone there operating it full-time, and maybe able to do a little more so we're advertising about it. It'll be even getting bigger and bigger. So, and I thank everyone who has helped in the pantry. Linda and Irene.
Deb.
And Marie, yes?
Deb haven't done
No,
it yet.
And Deb, yes, Deb, and Larry's wife, and Cindy.
Candy.
Candy Mulligan, thank you. I am losing it.
Can I piggyback off of this while you
Please
get
do,
a
while
drink
I
of
choke.
water?
Yes, please.
Those of us who volunteer in the pantry have observed that Wednesdays are the day of the week when a majority of these pounds of food come in and go out. Therefore, even though we have an outreach coordinator coming now, we would like to, I propose that we continue to have volunteers in the pantry only on Wednesdays from noon until 2 to be a second pair of hands for unloading the order that comes in, or the donation, the delivery that comes from our neighbor's table, to be able to pack up the orders that get delivered to homebound seniors. So we think it would be advantageous for a second pair of hands to be there with Janet just for those 3 hours. In case she gets called away, in case there's something else, we would like to try this for July and August, just 1 day a week, 12 to 2, Wednesdays 12 to 2, from the time the food delivery comes in until the time the homebound deliveries go out.
Okay, question, so the delivery is at 12?
Around 12 on Wednesday.
Let's turn that back on.
I just have a response on that. And
Yes.
in talking to Nisha about that, she felt that her and Frank could help. But I agree with you, Irene. I think because I've been there many Wednesdays, and you definitely need 2 people. when that auto is delivered, because he wants his boxes back, or he needs them back. And we quickly empty them and put them where we can, and then we move on.
Yes.
So I agree with that.
Because he usually has more deliveries.
He does have more.
In addition,
And he's
we,
very patient and he waits, but
yes,
you want his job to keep going also. So I agree.
yes. And this would be that a volunteer is there just on Wednesdays, one more set of hands. And then if we read the situation and realize that our help is not needed at that time, it can be canceled. And there can be communication just between those people who have volunteered. But Deb Stevenson has asked that we set up, that she could have permission to set up Sign Up Genius for the Wednesday, for one volunteer on Wednesdays, 12 to 2, until Janet
It's quite
tells
comfortable,
us
too.
that
Thank you
we
for
are
that.
no longer needed.
Right.
Okay, so do we need a motion for that? Because
I don't think so. Did we
I-
make a motion for her to
No.
set it up in the first place?
No, and I think what happened is, because there was no one in there at first,
Right.
I so appreciate all the volunteers that have shown up. I think if a volunteer is willing to help, let's take the volunteerism. The same thing with some of the other things in the COA. If there's a volunteer, we're asking for volunteers. Why would we say thanks but no thanks? If Janet decides when she's here saying,
Right.
I can handle this,
Right.
but why not help her? I've only been there one time because it was a new driver that came.
Yeah.
And the people weren't there yet. I just happened to be in there talking. I don't even know why I was in there. And it is amazing. The boxes come in, it's a quick, 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 and you're trying to get everything, oh, this has to go in the fridge, this doesn't go in the fridge. And they have to, like you say, they're eager to get going. They have more deliveries to do. And, the box is the whole room, and then if somebody comes in, or if there's a phone call for Janet, that, somebody's in some kind of crisis, that needs to happen. So
Plus there's
I
5
think
of
it's a
us.
great.
Plus, there's 5 of us, so
There's
all you're
5
doing is
So it's maybe one or
once
two.
every,
oh,
once
and
every
if
5
If
weeks,
the
or,
volunteers are still willing to do it, why would we say no to volunteers? Am I correct?
I believe that.
Well, and as a volunteer, I greatly appreciate whenever Frank or Nisha can help out. However, they do have other responsibilities.
Right.
And we don't want to take them away from their other responsibilities as long as we can volunteer and be there to help Janet. I did have the experience of being there one Wednesday by myself, and it's a bit of overload. So 2 people definitely make the task easier, and we can back each other up. Oh, did we get everything for this order? Did we get everything for that order? Do we have everything that we need from the freezer and the refrigerator? And great thanks to our neighbor's table, because more and more frozen and perishable food has been coming in.
It's amazing.
Greatly appreciate what
I
they
was amazed
give.
Yeah.
what comes in. So I say yes. And, if the volunteers can't make it, well, like you said, there are 5 that are doing it right now. That doesn't mean we don't want any other help if somebody out there wants to volunteer. But you've been working it out, and I greatly appreciate it. I know the COA greatly appreciates it. So, yeah, Wednesday's the biggest day you've found. What about when the traveling chef comes? That's something different.
That's on a Thursday.
That's Thursday, and that is manageable.
If we have a director, an assistant director, and an outreach person, I think my observation tells me that there would be adequate staffing for both the outreach office and for
They're all prepared.
making the deliveries.
They're
they're
all
all-
bagged all up, right?
We bag them up,
Oh, you do bag them up?
yes.
Okay, so outreach could bag them up with maybe the van driver's help,
Yes.
because I don't think they have regular trips on Thursday. That's what he does.
Frank is an ace at this.
So there you go. So I'm sure Janet would appreciate the help. And going forward, even if it's just for the summer, and see if it works.
Right.
And if she continues to want it, or if she doesn't, or if she says, I think I can handle it, I would say, especially where she's new, going to be new to operating a pantry. She hasn't done this before in Newbury. Yes, thank you.
My observation, and I think I'm speaking for all the volunteers, is that Janet will be fine on Thursdays alone. But on Wednesdays, there are just those critical hours that need support.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, the Groveland Municipal Stakeholder Committee, I attended, it turned out that it was going to be a Zoom meeting. We're basically, the committee is looking at the needs of Groveland for housing, for transportation, for going forward. What does this town need, or what does the surrounding community? So the major conversation was revolving around being put with other communities like ours, and then they would do a research type thing. And the concern here was, well, we would like to have a private one too, not just grouped in with other towns. And what town are we like? So, more conversation to happen. Unless, did you attend the meeting?
I did.
Zoom, did you have any other thoughts?
No, just basically what you said, that there would be two phases. The first phase would be to group us in with other surrounding towns that participate that are similar to us in size and need. And then after that, there would be individual get-togethers. They like to come out and travel and see the site and have a little tour of Groveland to see, our housing needs and anything new. And so it will be an ongoing process and moving forward.
Is there any other old business? Okay. New business are board member terms and election of officers. So it's our June meeting. We did not set up a nominating committee. Yeah, well, I guess nominating committee was a committee of one. It was me. And, well, first I should ask, is there anyone here who would like to take on a position on the board? Is there anyone here who would like to go off a position of the board? Okay, so Irene, would you like to continue being secretary?
I am willing to continue being secretary.
Okay. And Larry, you are vice chair. You,
I think we could just, we have talked about people switching
Right.
positions
Just
on
do it.
here, so I would just put a
Okay.
slate of candidates forward.
okay. Well, I'm just checking, maybe someone said they really wanted to do this.
I think they would have spoken up already.
So Barbara Sanborn has agreed that she would like to be the chair. I agreed I will be the vice chair in support of her. Marie will still be treasurer if so voted, and Eileen would be secretary if so voted. So are there any questions or discussion?
We have to make a motion first.
Oh, that's true. So I make,
I
I
think,
can't make a motion.
right, I move a slate of candidates, I propose a slate of candidates of Barbara Sanborn as chair, Laurel as vice chair, Irene as secretary, and Marie as treasurer.
Second? Linda seconded. Now, do we need a ballot vote, or can we just
I think we can just vote.
just vote? Because I don't think anyone's going to. So, a little vote for the
We have
slate of
a discussion now.
Oh,
Is there
yeah,
any?
discussion, thank you. I'm really, this is why I'm going off. Do we have any discussion or questions or concerns?
I just want to mention one thing.
Yes.
If anyone on the board would like to take over the treasurer's position, that would be fine with me. Otherwise, I would like to remain as treasurer.
Okay.
You got it, Marie.
I
Forever,
thought so.
No, it is good, especially to switch up chair. I think this is something that should happen every year. It is, the other positions are, well, vice chair can be switched to. It's good to have a secretary for a while because you're the gatherer of information, and the same with the treasury. Rather than switching all that stuff, I mean, everyone else hears everything that's going on with the chair and vice chair. So that's my personal feeling. But, okay, let's have a vote if all discussion is done. All in favor of voting for this slate of officers for the board as presented? Raise your hand. Opposed? No opposal. One absent. Okay, so,
I would just like to say thank you to Laurel. In the absence of a director over the past year, she has gone above and beyond in her duties, responsibilities, time spent. So I would just like to say thank you for that. And one thing I considered when I was asked to take the position of chair was not if I have to do everything that Laurel has had to do over the past year, but with a new director, a new outreach coordinator, we look forward to a productive, ongoing year. And thank you, Laurel, for everything you did.
it was I want to say my pleasure. No, it was a learning experience, and I know about the COA way more now, and I think every board member this year knows more about what goes on in the COA because we've had to be so involved. So, it's been nice. So, and Larry, I think you said you were going to continue. You don't have to worry about the van anymore. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. And you are going to spend time with the friends, you had said.
Yes, I think we all will be
We all
spending
will,
some
yes.
time with the
Yes,
friends.
yes. But I mean, that's going to be your little baby. Okay, thank you. Do you mind if I continue with the meeting? And you do in July? Okay.
It's your swan song.
My swan song. I'm doing such a great job of it. We've talked about the July-August newsletter. It's going out email. We talked about future programs. Now, future meetings in July and August. In the past, the COA board did not meet during the summer. This would have been our last meeting until September. We could have discussion, but my feeling is that we should meet, especially where we have new staff. We are a more involved board. The COA continues to, the Friends and the COA continue to work during the summer. I don't know why it's been, bye-bye, have summer vacation. As long as we can meet a quorum, I know vacations and things happen, but we all know when we meet, plan your vacation around if you can, and things happen, but a quorum is for people. So I think we should be able to do that for July and August and continue to meet the same Wednesday mornings that we do, the third Wednesday of every month. Of course, this is my personal thing. I don't know how the rest of you feel.
With the new director coming in, I think it would be beneficial for the new director and for us if we met in July.
I agree.
And we could go forward just with July and then see what happens in
Take it a
July if
month
we
at a
go
time.
forward to August. Okay. So,
The third Wednesday is the 19th of
Yes,
July.
July
Yes.
19th.
I'll be away, but that's all right.
okay,
You don't need me.
we need you.
A quorum would be 4.
Right, right. Okay. So, anything else anyone has to,
Well,
Irene?
Barbara made a comment about taking over as chair, but not having, hopefully not experiencing the same kind of year that you did. So I just want to say thank you to the interviewing committee and to the interview committee for the good work in resulting in 2 hires that were endorsed by the selectmen last evening.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, and I should have done that too. Somehow it seems like we've met so many times that I thought we'd only, like, this, yeah, when you read the minutes, it's like, wow, was that only last month? Not even, June 8th. It seems like there's been so much going on, you know, in between that time. But yes, thank you. And thank you to the support from everyone in the town, too, because I think we would not, I know we would not have gotten the candidates that we got if that override had not been passed. And both people, new employees, are thrilled to start here in Groveland, so it's a good thing. Okay, unless there's anything else to be discussed, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Second? All in favor? Meeting adjourned at 10:19 a.m.
I think I did.